Well, if you voted for the president and you're looking for a urologist, get lost. That from one disgruntled MD in Florida. Check out the sign here. He posted this on his office door saying, quote, if you voted for Obama, seek urologic care elsewhere. Changes to your health care begin now, not in 4 years. Urologist Jack Cassell saying he will not turn anyone away. That would be unethical. But if they get discouraged by the sign, so be it, says Dr. Jack. You can bet this has them buzzing in Orlando and beyond. Bud Hettinger is a radio talk show host on 540 AM WFLA in Orlando, Florida. He joins us now live. You say the lines were jammed with this story today. Hi, Bud.
Good day from Orlando, Shannon. Great to be with you. Absolutely. People were on fire about this story and almost unanimously backing the doctor's right to free speech and expressing their own concerns about the new health care law of the land, a.k.a. Obamacare.
Yeah, and I understand there are many twists and turns to this. I mean, the doctor also has a wife who is a lawyer and a GOP candidate for county commission there, I believe. The doctor has also put materials in his waiting room that were prepared by the GOP that show a timeline and are very critical of Obamacare. You know, do folks really think that's the kind of thing they should be seeing when they show up for a urologic checkup?
Well, I don't know. I think it's certainly unprecedented. You have to understand that Dr. Cassell operates out of a small, sleepy town 20 miles north of Orlando known as Mount Dora, a huge, older snowbird population in the winter. And a population I think skews older the rest of the year. It's an absolutely delightful, almost idyllic place to live. He's not the only urologist in town, so it isn't like he has a monopoly here. He says he put this up as a provocative billboard, that it's all about patient education. And once you get by that sign, if you come in, I mean, he doesn't quiz you. He'll give you the same care if you voted for Barack Obama as anyone else, because he's not going to know, he's not going to ask. Kind of his version of don't ask, don't tell. But there's a second sign, Shannon, you need to know about that accompanies those photocopies available in the patient waiting room. It says, this is what the morons in Washington have done to your health care. Take one, read it, and vote out anyone who voted for it. The doctor blames the voters because the voters put Barack Obama in office. And if he were not in office, the health care reform he thinks is bad for his practice, is bad for his patients, and is bad for America could never have happened. He wants to educate them so the next time they go to the ballot box, they vote out the people who are doing what he believes is destroying America. That's where he's coming from. He says this is all about a fundamental First Amendment right of free expression and free speech, and he is exercising his.
Well, now somebody who has to worry about the ballot box coming up is Representative Alan Grayson there from Central Florida, Democrat who took to the floor famously in the House and said that the GOP plan, if you get sick, is to hurry up and die. I gotta imagine he's had some comment on this.
Well, it's interesting. I talked with Dr. Cassell just a short time ago, and I'm going to have him on my show on Monday morning at 7 on Bud Hettinger Live here on 540 WFLA. He says Grayson is wrong. It's the Democrats who drove Obamacare through who really want Americans, if they get sick, to die quickly, because he says this is all about rationing health care. It is all about making tests harder to get that you need. It is all about the delays, waiting people out until maybe they're not around anymore, ultimately to cut down on the cost of health care. And he says, listen, Grayson's wrong. It's the Democrats who say, if you get sick in America, die quickly. Grayson is on fire about this. He's angry. He says it's disgusting. And, of course, Alan Grayson, District 8 congressman here, is never short on strong opinions. So definitely the fires have been stoked here politically as well as medically.
Yeah, and we know that health care polled not so well in Florida. There is definitely an older population, and certainly in that area, as you mentioned, a lot of folks in retirement age and older who are concerned about what's going to happen to their health care. Do you think that's why this doctor was emboldened to kind of step up and speak out the way he is?
I think he would have done it in any environment anywhere, because he said he was just couldn't sleep at night. He was sick at heart about this, and he said he had to make a bold statement, and at least he can do that. He's not denying care. But there's no question that President Obama is in trouble in the state of Florida for a number of reasons. The polls against Obamacare skew against him more strongly here than elsewhere. The last polls, 54% opposed, only 34% in favor of this health care reform, and part of that is the older population population. You know, they hear about Medicare cuts, health care rationing, etc., and it's understandable why the polls would be as they are. He's making a lot more friends where he is in Mount Dora, Florida, Shannon, I guarantee you, than he is losing. He says he is getting absolutely overwhelming support, and that's what we found on the radio today.
All right, Bud Hettinger, thank you for